Hello world, this is Edward Bevilacqua from Ciao Tutti in the Italian American Club, and today we have the great privilege of being with Carlos Buscaglia. Buscaglia.
Yeah.
Buscaglia. See, my Italian, I just don't have
Mine is not as good, but we're good.
So, of Do It Forni here in Las Vegas and in Austin.
Yes.
Same name.
Same name.
Two
Yeah.
places.
Yeah.
So, Carlos, thank you very much for taking the time to sit down with us and talk about your great restaurant.
Thank you for having me.
And, so we usually start with Italian roots, but just again to be clear, so we're here because one of the members of the club, or one or more members of the club, when we say, where do you like to go have dinner? They said, do it for me. So that's why we're here, to talk to you about your restaurant. Italian roots.
Yeah. So a little bit of my background. All my family's from Sicily, from Agrigento.
Okay.
One part is from Agrigento. They're both from Agrigento, San Biagio and Sant'Angelo.
Now, where is that? East, west, north, south?
It's like down south of it's about an hour from Palermo.
Okay. So that's in the mountains, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I've been to Palermo. Okay, so your both sets of parents.
Both of my parents, all my grandparents are all
Okay.
from Sicily.
Now, were they from the same town,
No, from
same region?
same area.
Okay.
Like almost like neighbors, you could say.
Okay, great. And what part of America did they go to?
Actually, after World War II, they all migrated to Argentina,
South America.
South America.
Okay.
Yeah.
South
So that's where my mom. That's where my mom and dad met.
You know the whole.
Of course.
So now your parents left Italy.
Yeah, they were very young, 4 and 5 years old.
Okay, and they went to South America.
They went to South
Argentina.
America. Yes.
Okay. So that was in like the 60s, 50s?
Actually, yeah, my mom was born, around the 60s.
Okay. So that was that during Perón?
Yes,
Juan
I
Perón?
think so. Yeah, I'm not really good with history, but yeah, I think that was around that time.
Okay. So Argentina was coming up as a world power.
Yeah, well, everything was, after World War II, Italy wasn't in really good shape, so
Right.
a lot of people migrated either to South or
Right.
New Europe or North
Yeah.
America. So.
Okay. Now, did your parents ever say why they went to South America, not North America?
No, I think because part of my grandparents' family, they had a family member that was already in Argentina, so they had family members in New York and Argentina, but both of my grandparents chose to go to South America.
Oh. Okay. Now, what did they do there?
One of my from my dad's side, he was a shoemaker, so he worked a lot with leather. My grandma didn't work, and then on my mother's side, they owned a Italian deli, little mini grocery store called La Simbolica.
La Simbolica.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we have a member of the club named Frank Sorrentino, whose father, he's a lawyer here, his father made custom shoes in New Jersey. And he said that was really a very good thing. And the idea was to be the best shoemaker.
Exactly.
Right? Is that how it was?
That's how they started. Yeah.
And what about the store? Same thing, this was the best little store?
It was a great neighborhood store, and you can get anything from wine to cookies to fresh baked bread to prosciutto.
Now, would this be a place that people come in? Would there be a bar there that people come in and have?
No, there was no
espresso?
bar. Just basically,
Okay,
it was
so
a
you come in
mini
with your bag and you
with
get
your bag, yeah.
your bread and whatever for the day.
Exactly.
Okay, a little bit of produce,
Italian,
tomatoes.
yeah, a little bit of all Italian product, cured meats, cheeses.
Okay, so kind of like a gourmet deli
Exactly.
would be here, right?
Exactly, yep.
And back there, was it just, that was the
just
neighborhood place?
Neighborhood place to go for all the Italians to buy their Italian products.
And now, did you say that was, that was still open when you were growing up?
Yeah, for 10 years. We sold it when we moved to the United States. My grandparents.
So did you work there?
I didn't really work there. I ate a lot, but that's how the culinary passion started. Yeah.
Okay.
I was just a little kid eating everything in the grocery store.
So you didn't want to go in that business?
I really enjoyed it, but I was just going to school for something else. I was young. I was in Argentina from 4 almost 15.
Okay.
So I didn't quite know what I wanted to do.
So you didn't really have to work after school.
No. Well, I helped out with certain things, but I didn't really work the counter.
What did you do?
I just clean up, organize, help them move,
Did your mother cook?
She did every night after work. Actually, the house that we had was right behind the grocery store. So she could help us out during slow time, doing homework. And she was a busy, busy woman. Yeah.
Where is she now?
She's here in Vegas. I'm very fortunate.
You brought everybody here?
They brought me, yeah.
Oh,
Mom,
okay. We'll get to that.
Exactly.
So now you're 15, and you moved where?
To Vegas.
You moved to Vegas when you were 15? So you went to high school here?
I went to high school here. Yes. I was
Okay.
out of high school.
Okay, so that's always, I find, okay, so I'm from Northern California, the Bay Area. And when I got here, there's not a lot of people who are from here.
Mhm.
And so if you're from here, the question always seems to be, where'd you go to high school?
Exactly. Yeah. So I started high school at 15, didn't speak a word of English.
And did you kind of have mixed Italian, Spanish? or what?
Italian, Spanish. It was confusing trying to learn a new language on top of it.
And how was it when you got here speaking to Spanish people, Mexicans?
Very different because obviously Argentinian or Castilian, it's a little bit different. Has a different accent with other Latin countries. So it was not only learning English, it was also learning other people's Spanish language accent. You can say.
So, and you didn't know any English?
No, not at all.
Not one word. You just went into high school.
Yeah, took a test. They put me in ESL, which is English as a second language.
Okay. Well, how does that work? How did that work then?
You're basically in a classroom and the teacher speaks Spanish, so they're able to help you out and with the process of
How long did it take?
I still have an accent after 25 years. I think I'm still learning, but it took a while.
Like a year?
Couple years, yeah.
And did you come home and speak English to your parents?
No, they spoke Spanish in the house, and then my grandma moved from Argentina to Vegas, so now we had 3 languages at all time going in the house. So
wow. But they didn't want to learn English?
my parents they speak English because they lived in Canada for 8 years, so they already knew the language a little bit.
Okay, but it was different.
It was a little bit different. Yeah.
Okay. So now you're here. You liked it here. Did you remember when you first got here?
Sure do.
Were you scared leaving Argentina?
Yes.
It was like, I don't want to go.
It was the toughest 2 years of my life, I can say.
Yeah. You didn't want to.
I did want to move because I wanted a new opportunity. Argentina was tough at that time with the economy. So it was a great opportunity, but the same new challenge.
So was this Ava Pearl?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember.
All you know is it wasn't great.
Yeah, it wasn't good at all. Yeah.
Why did they choose Las Vegas?
Because my uncle Antonio Bruno was here. He moved there in the early '60s to Vegas, and he started a restaurant called Villa Roma Pizzeria on the east side.
Okay.
And so he's the one that brought us to Vegas.
Is Villa Roma still there?
No.
Is he still around?
My uncle's still around. He lives in Cedar City, Utah right now.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're not moving. To
I'm not
Cedar
moving to Cedar City, no.
All right.
Not high enough of a population for me.
So you got here, what year was that?
1990,
And do you remember the day you arrived?
September 2nd.
So 25 years.
Exactly 25 years.
And you flying at night or in the morning?
We got to LA. And my uncle picked us up in LA. We drove from LA to Vegas. It was like early morning, and we got to Vegas in the afternoon.
Okay. And so you came in from LA.
Yep.
And do you remember what you thought about the landscape, the desert-like area?
Well, when I got to LA airport, it was very overwhelming. And then
So many people.
and then the drive from LA, I couldn't believe the landscape because Buenos Aires is more of a flat land.
Okay.
And I was,
It's a green.
very green, yeah. So then
So kind of like outside here.
it was completely different in here, desert. And,
No, wait. So you arrived in LA, then did you get in the car and drive out?
we went straight to Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're not staying. We're not going to Disneyland.
No, none of that stuff.
So you got in the car, you're driving, and it starts getting fewer and fewer people, and more like a desert.
Exactly.
Did you guys stop at Baker?
Yeah, we stopped in Baker, had a little snack, a little bit of water, and then when we got to Vegas, they gave us a quick tour of the strip. So
What did you think then?
It was just breathtaking, just like you see in the movies. It was unbelievable.
So were you excited?
Yeah, very
scared?
Scared, excited.
Because you had to start school.
I started school September 4th, I believe. Yeah.
So you started right, so you could be a little bit. Do you have any brothers or sisters?
I have a sister, but she graduated already from high school, so she didn't have to go to school. And but I have 3 cousins going to the same high school.
Okay. So you had somebody to have lunch with.
Exactly.
You didn't really know him too well, right?
I didn't know. I never actually met him when I was very young, but we weren't that close.
Yeah.
But they, they're broken Spanish, Italian, and my,
Wow.
it was hard. But they guided me through it, and it was fun.
Huh. And did you play soccer?
I started playing soccer in high school right out, I think it was September 6th or 7th, there was a tryout. So,
And how did you do?
I did pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you compare kids your age there with here?
Well,
at that time?
back then in the 90s, it was soccer was new to
So
high
you were the
school.
best guy on the team?
Not really. No, it was Brazilian. There was a Brazilian guy named Carlos as well. He was amazing.
Okay.
So we did good.
Okay. But you growing up playing soccer in Argentina, would you say the typical 15-year-old in Argentina was better than the typical American 15-year-old?
Yeah, 100%. Back then, now they're like I said, soccer is really coming up. In the youth soccer here, it's unbelievable, especially in Vegas.
And when you were growing up, did kids play either baseball or basketball or soccer or something, or was it just mainly soccer?
In Argentina, it's all soccer, either soccer or field hockey. Basketball is huge in Argentina, but field hockey and soccer are one of the top ones.
Okay. That's interesting. So you got here, you grew up here, you went to high school here, then what?
Well, it was time to get a job when I turned 16. So I met Piero Broglia.
Okay.
First, after school from 15 to 16, I would go and work with my uncle Antonio, his restaurant at Villa Roma.
Okay.
And just I had that passion for culinary.
Because of what?
I just love food.
From your mother or what?
It was from my whole family. I mean, they cooked a lot at home. We barbecue a lot on Sundays.
And you got good materials in the store, right?
Yeah, and
Fresh.
My uncle brought everything fresh. He was making all the, meatballs and the pizza dough, all the sauces was made in house. So
How important do you find that to be for your restaurant here? The ingredients.
I'll follow the same rules that they had from 50 years ago. We make everything in house.
And so would you say the ingredients are important?
Number one, if you have a bad tomato, it doesn't matter how good of a chef you are, you still have a bad tomato. So,
let's see, are you familiar with Trattoria Reggiano?
I heard it.
Okay, they just opened one a few months ago downtown Summer. But they're in the Venetian. And Frank Bonanno, he's been in here, I think.
Yeah, but I met him at his restaurant. I've been no, down in Summer.
Oh, the new one? Trattoria Reggiano? Okay. So, his wife Betty became a certified pizzaioli, the first female pizza maker here. And so we were talking the other day. This thing was, we import the tomatoes from Italy. If the ingredients are not good,
it doesn't matter how.
He didn't put it as well as you did. It doesn't matter how good of a chef you are.
There's nothing you can do.
Okay. So, okay, I'm a little bit confused. How does the Texas thing come in?
The Texas came in because when we opened the Forni, the main owner, Alex Taylor, my business partner, he's a UT graduate. He absolutely loves Austin and Texas and the
So he
market.
said, I'm going to be your partner. you got to open one here.
He said, I want to open one in Austin. We did a lot of research. And, Austin is an upcoming city. The food and beverage is unbelievable.
Is it?
Yeah, really, really good.
So what other lessons did you learn growing up from your family?
From my family.
Obviously hard work.
Hard work, family is number one. Until this day, we get together every Sunday. My mom cooks on Sunday. Somebody in the family cooks on Sunday. Most of the time, it's my mom. Either we barbecue or she makes Italian food, and it's just great. We make sure the kids are there every Sunday.
Okay, that's how it was for you growing up.
That's what I saw my whole life.
Yeah. Okay, well that's good. That's interesting because a lot of guys we talk to, it's Sunday dinner. That's just part of the week. You don't get to miss it. The dog ate thing.
As much as we can with traveling and working, we make sure that every Sunday we're working together.
So, like when you said earlier, before we got online, that you're a week there, a week here. So do you get
1 week a month I'm in Austin.
1 week a month? Now, did you get back for Sunday?
I make sure my flight it's every Sunday morning. Yeah.
Well, that's great. So your parents must be very proud of you. And what happens if you missed it?
We do. I go on a Monday. I'm very fortunate they live only a couple of miles away from here, from the restaurant. So if the afternoon is slow or I have free time, then I can stop by and say hello. And I'm very fortunate to still have my grandma. She just turned 80.
Wow.
So I get to see her a lot. Yeah.
So, how did you come up with this concept?
Like I said, it was Alex Taylor and myself. We worked at the MGM properties for a long time. I worked for them for almost 16 years.
Really?
Yeah. And then we decided that we always wanted to do a restaurant, on our own, and then do it Forni came up. And the whole concept is that all the food comes out of 2 pizza ovens. We don't have a kitchen. We don't have stoves, flat top, fryers. Every single menu item comes out of a pizza oven.
How does the gnocchi come out of the pizza?
We use a small sauce pot, and we cook it. First, we boil it in a 400 pan in the pizza oven. Then we chill the pasta, and when it's ready to be served, we use a little sauce pot. We put the gnocchi, the black truffle crema, then crispy Newski bacon, and then we serve it from there.
Gnocchi is one of my favorite things, but I've never heard of pizza.
Yeah, well, this gnocchi is a little bit different. It's not your traditional gnocchi made with potatoes.
Yeah.
It's a Sardinian gnocchi made with semolina. So it's a little bit smaller, almost in the shape of a cavatelli.
What's that?
It's a small pasta, traditional pasta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Is that one of the house specialties?
Yeah, that's we're known for the gnocchi.
Because a lot of people don't like gnocchi because of the potato.
Exactly. So this
not
is
cooked right.
It's a little bit different, and the consistency comes out a lot better from being baked. It's almost a baked gnocchi.
Interesting. Okay. And how about the sea bass? How do you do that?
The sea bass, we use a small sizzle platter. We put it in the 900-degree oven until it gets nice and hot, and then we sear the skin side down. So it becomes nice and crispy, and it's served with arugula salad, a little bit of shaved red onions, and it's finished with a traditional Sicilian sauce called salmorejo.
All right. How about the pork belly?
The pork belly we braise overnight. We take the whole belly, braise it overnight, then we chill it, and we cut it into a small portion, and then it gets baked later.
How did you come up with these things?
Just been in the food, industry for so long, and then before we opened the restaurant, I had a pizza oven in my backyard, so it took me 6 months to kind of like just wood fire.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had a wood fire pizza oven, and kind of like created all the menu items.
Are these wood fire?
These two are gas.
Okay. Because Frank Bonanno also said wood. It's where do you put the wood? No, it's just not. He said gas is just so much.
Yeah, for the consistency, I like it a lot better.
Okay. So, are these ovens at different temperatures?
One oven's at 500 degrees, and that's where we do all the hot appetizers, and also the Roman-style pizza, which is thin and crispy. And then the other one's 900 degrees, where we cook the Neapolitan-style pizza.
Wow. Now, what other places are only pizza oven? I've never heard of that. Is that common?
Yeah, I think we were one of the first ones to start it, and right now there's a few throughout the country. I couldn't tell you exactly the names of it, but I'm pretty sure there's more than us just right now.
So was it your idea, or your partner's idea? Like, did somebody, you guys were drinking Chianti one night, and you say, hey, let's open a restaurant that'd be different?
Yeah, we wanted to be different, and we wanted to just have a different concept, you know, and have a smaller kitchen, a smaller menu with really high quality ingredients, and just really perfect those dishes.
Now, how do you sample it? Like, you put it in the oven, right? With the paddle thing?
Yeah, we use for the pizzas, we use the pizza paddle.
No, but when you put the gnocchi in.
They're little sauce pots.
Yeah, but you don't put it in by hand, right?
No, we use it has a little handle, and then we use a towel to hold the pot.
Okay.
They're extremely hot when they come out of the oven. Yeah. So sometimes we use a double towel to grab the pot.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
So you don't put them in really deep.
The ovens have a rotating floor.
Oh,
so
okay.
when we put the pot, we're able to pick up the
see.
handle as they're coming out of the oven.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you know the pizza Francas over Trattoria Reggiani, right?
Reggiano, I think it's a double deck, if I'm not mistaken.
No,
I
but
don't-
it's mosaic.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's 2 levels, but the open part.
Yeah, we just did it rustic. It looks more of like clay base. Like
Yeah, but it turns.
the floor is a
Inside.
rotating floor, correct? Yeah.
Okay. So I guess that was a prerequisite.
That was
Because you
part.
could take it out,
Exactly.
look, is it ready?
Exactly. Put it back in instead of using the paddle to take each pot out.
And then,
So,
like, how do I get to that when it's
Exactly.
way in the back?
correct. Yeah.
Okay.
That was the
Cool.
whole. That was part of the concept. That we wanted to have pizza plus other hot appetizers as well.
And does time, how long it takes to bake, was that part of your creative menu?
It was a learning process, part of the execution. How long does it take to cook this fish? Or we do New York steak. Sometimes we do roasted chicken. We do a variety of proteins. So it was a learning process to really.
Now, how do you make sure that there's no smell gets transferred over?
Doesn't really happen. It has an
Does it
exhaust system. It gets so hot, nothing really.
So when you open the oven, it's not,
Well,
that
it-
smells good.
The oven's already open, has an opening. It's a traditional Neapolitan oven.
Okay.
So yeah.
So that you don't have that smell in the
No,
kitchen.
you can smell stuff in the restaurant where we cook bacon and
Okay.
but nothing gets really mixed.
Now, what do you think of Pizza Rock?
I like Pizza Rock. I mean, Tony Giuliani, he's one of the top guys. I love their concept, how they have multiple different styles of pizzas. Pizza's one of those things that everybody's particular about it, and they have their own style. So
Yeah, he told me he wanted to just be completely authentic. That he said in Naples, certain type of flour, certain type of tomato, certain other ingredients.
And that's exactly what we do. We
In a
also
certain oven at a certain temperature. He said, and I have that. And in Rome, different tomato, different temperature, and I have that.
And
You
that's-
have like
yeah.
13 ovens. or
Yeah, I
something.
love that concept. I mean, we even took it to the point where we have a reverse osmosis water system because we wanted to have the pH of the water closest to what maple water is, just to really have the authenticity of the Neapolitan pizza.
I heard that Tony Marnell, when he did the Rio, had a water system where you could dial for pH.
Yeah,
And so would you say the water is important?
very important, super important. Yeah, you don't, when you obviously the water in Vegas is super harsh, and you don't want to use the street water to make your pizza.
What if it's
go.
just filtered?
It's fine. I mean, you have more
Does it
minerals.
the pH,
more water.
does it matter?
I
at
think
that
I
point?
just wanted to be closest to what Neapolitan pizza is the best in the world, and I wanted to be closest as the pH.
So
water.
people wouldn't be able to say, well, our water's good. Because you could say, well, I have a special water system. I've got my pH adjusted to Naples.
Exactly.
Now, what do you think of Settebello?
I think that they were a game changer. They brought Neapolitan pizza to to Las Vegas. They were the first ones, and love their concept.
Yeah, I live out in Henderson and go to happy hour. Like I try to go there every Friday.
Yeah.
for their food. My only complaint is it's too small.
Yeah. I mean, I think their menu is small, and again, that's the reason why we decided to go with 2 ovens,
Yeah.
to be able to have more appetizer. That's why we're able to do fish and octopus and
Right.
pastas and lasagna and all that, because we have 2 ovens.
Yeah, well, I now understand why Mark Rondazza said this has definitely got to be on the list of the best of the best
Well,
in
appreciate
Las
it.
Vegas.
Appreciate it.
It's not like, I mean, this is a different concept.
Yeah, we started, we call ourselves Pizza and Wine. That was the concept.
Right.
But in reality, we're almost a
It's-
full restaurant. We have every item that you can think of, you know, so.
Yeah. See, I think that's I'm trying to think of a positive word. I think it limits when you say pizza and wine. This is way beyond that. This is
No, we do,
pizza oven and wine.
Yeah, we run a lot of specials as well, you know, because the menu is not super big, but we
Yeah.
also give our customers a chance to try new things on a weekly basis. So we constantly running specials.
Oh, cool.
And the lasagna changes all the time, so it's not the same flavor lasagna. One day we do pork belly, one day we do braised lamb. Sometimes we do a traditional bolognese lasagna. So.
What's the Italian cuisine in Argentina? Is it different than American?
Very different. I think it's traditional Italian cuisine, but they put a lot of Argentinian influence on it.
Like what is that?
In Argentina they don't use a lot of spicy.
They don't.
They don't like spicy food. They don't like.
So we would say it's bland or what?
And the vice versa. When my family comes to visit, they think that our food is spicy because we season it with black pepper or Calabrian peppers or chili flakes. And
So they don't have Tabasco sauce or
no, well, I'm pretty sure now they do. But when I grew up in the '90s, I never knew what Tabasco or any of that stuff was.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like Mexican where they have hot sauce.
Not at all. No, completely different.
You don't have tortilla chips and sauce.
No, they don't use tortilla. It's all bread. And then
It's completely different because it's more European.
more European. There's a lot of
Because they-
French, German, and Italian influence.
Okay, because I mean you probably know this, but Mexican is mainly Indian people that the Spanish came over. It had Spanish influence over the native people. Where Argentina was European,
Most
Europeans
yeah.
and immigrated.
Correct.
And I think what I seemed to think about Uruguay was it was like, okay, let's get the Indians out because the Europeans are coming in. So I understand there's not really a lot of Indians in Uruguay.
No, I mean, there's the local, they call them gauchos, from Argentina, I mean, the natives of
Yeah.
Argentina,
The
but
Cowboys.
yeah, the cowboys,
They got the
exactly.
strings with the
The boleadores,
Yeah, right.
they ride horses and all that, but mainly there's all European. Everybody somehow, it's either French descent, German, or Italian in Argentina.
wow. A lot of Germans
A lot of Germans.
after World War II.
Yeah, everybody just kind of migrated to the south, yeah.
Okay, so, well, Carlos, this is great. I'm glad you took the time to visit us. That we could come in. We want to do a lot more stuff with you. I think, this is the perfect type of place for our members to come. I started off by telling you once a quarter.
Yeah.
But I think should be, once a month type place. Partially because it sounds like you changed the menu up.
We do. We constantly have new stuff just to keep it, exciting.
Now, does Austin drive the menu here? Does this drive the Austin menu? Are they exactly the same?
About 85% the same. I kind of do my dishes here, and then I take him to Austin, and I work with the chef in Austin
I see.
to come up. But there's certain things that are a little bit different in Austin than here.
Okay.
Also, Austin, it's a little bit bigger, so we're able to have a little bit more dishes.
Okay, it's larger.
Yeah, the menu's a tiny bit bigger.
Okay, now I have just one last. Have I forgotten anything? Because otherwise, I have one last question.
No.
Anything that's important to say that you're going to think of 5 seconds after I say, okay, we're done?
No, I think we cover a lot, and
Okay.
the main thing too is that the wine list is incredible.
Okay.
We have about 50 wines by the glass.
Any Argentine wines?
No, once in a while we bring
Okay.
Malbec, but mostly American wines and Italian wines.
Okay. And Southern Wine and Spirits?
Correct? Yeah,
Mike Severino?
Yeah, he's here all the time.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah.
He did a great interview with us back in May.
Yep.
Good guy.
Great supporter of ours.
Yeah, good. Okay, so that would be a second member of the club that I know of. That this was a great.
And also, the sheriff, he's here all the time.
Oh,
Joe.
Okay, good. So if we do in Vino Veritas here, I think we might invite the sheriff
We have
to be
to,
on it.
yeah,
He's we did an interview like this with him in his office, and he's good. Yeah, he's a good guy.
Good guy to know, right?
Yeah. Okay, so I have one last question. Sauce or gravy?
Sauce.
Okay, not gravy.
No.
What is gravy?
I don't know. Never made it. I don't know. I make a really nice traditional Italian sauce. I think it's maybe an East Coast thing. I don't know. I never lived in the East Coast, so I couldn't tell you.
Now,
We should ask my manager Mike that he's from the East Coast.
where'd you go?
Somewhere in the office.
So, yeah, for Frank Bonanno, it's gravy.
Gravy. Yeah.
He's from New Jersey.
Maybe that's it. Maybe it's an East Coast thing.
One of the guys that does is in Vino Veritas, Pete Barbuti. He said the difference is sauce in Italy, salsa, starts in the north and it's light, it's pink. And then as they go south, they start adding things into it.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, by the time he gets to Sicily, they're able to put tires in there. You're able to, because he said the sauce is just so good. You can put anything in there, and it's going to add to the flavor. And he said by then it's gravy, not sauce. But in Argentina, is it salsa?
Yeah, salsa. Yeah.
Okay, not gravy. Is there gravy in for meat?
I don't. Maybe I don't know.
Mashed potatoes? Do you have that in Argentina?
Maybe mashed potatoes. I don't know if they use gravy or not.
Okay. Not like
we do
here.
a lot of barbecue. No, the cuisine is completely different.
A lot of beef.
Yeah, a lot of barbecue. Yeah.
Big. Is it kind of like the Brazilian beef type thing?
Same style, but they don't use the skewers. It's more on a flat grill, charcoal grill.
And you do steaks here?
We have one steak on the menu.
Which one is that?
The bistro foie.
Okay. And that's in the pizza.
That's all cooked. It's roasted, seared and roasted in the 900-degree oven.
How long does that take?
About 6 to 7
How
minutes.
many-
It depends the temperature.
What size is
It's
this?
8 ounces.
8 ounces.
So it depends the temperature you like it. Obviously,
So if they
well
say
done.
medium, what does that mean?
Medium, it's about 8 minutes.
Okay. What does it look like?
Nice and seared on the outside with the pink in the middle.
Totally
Yeah,
pink?
not bloody.
Okay. Okay. Well, you know your steaks too. Okay. Carlos, thank you very much. This was
Thank you.
great.
Thank you for having me.
So
Appreciate it.
for Ciao Tutti, this is it for another great interview, and look forward to coming here soon.
Thank you.